contraception, what are the aims of contraception, what is an ideal contraceptive method, what are various methods which we can use in our females clients, and what are the contraceptive options for our male clients. So if we talk about the aim of contraception, we should know that the aim of any contraceptive method is to prevent the occurrence of pregnancy. In order to prevent pregnancy, contraceptive methods could be developed to target one or a number of key reproductive processes or sites in the male or female reproductive tract. Contraceptive method, we should be knowing what are the medical eligibility criteria for various medical conditions in a patient. This is a WHO MEC wheel tool. This is a handy tool which we can download through this link which is seen on this slide from the WHO website, and we can even download it as an application on Android phones, and we can click on various conditions as written on the top circle, like postpartum and breastfeeding, multiparity, adolescent, breast cancer, liver diseases, and all the medical methods, the contraceptive methods are classified as which class are they in, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. So by rotating on this wheel, we can find out which method falls in which category for this patient. So if we talk about the methods one by one, we know that for females, they could be terminal or permanent methods, or there could be spacing methods or non-permanent methods. The spacing methods could be rhythm, barrier, chemical, or intrauterine contraceptive methods. The rhythm methods could be calendar method or safe period method, which is also called natural method. This can be practiced by a patient or a woman who has a regular cycle and she knows what are her ovulation days. So it depends on the time of ovulation, and we ask the couple to not do intercourse during the time of ovulation. For this, we should know that for conception to take place, the ovulation usually occurs on 14th day in a regular cycle of menstruation. The ovum is viable for 48 to 72 hours, and a sperm remains alive in the female reproductive tract for 24 to 48 hours. So we have to be careful in advising the dates to these ladies by keeping all these facts in mind. And the pregnancy can occur if coitus occurs between these time periods. So the safe period is 5 to 6 days just after menstruation and 5 to 6 days before the next cycle. The middle week is usually said to be unsafe. This is a natural method. She is not using any chemical, but the disadvantage can be it could be an unreliable method, especially in someone who has an irregular ovulation, and the time of ovulation is variable. So we can't predict exactly what are her safe days. If we talk about barrier methods, these could be mechanical devices which are kept inside the vagina. These could be a cervical cap or a diaphragm. Cervical cap just fits on the cervix like this, or a diaphragm is a flexible ring-like thing which just enters the whole vagina and it covers. It is also called female condom. And the cervical cap, they just cover the cervix. The woman needs to apply them by themselves. They don't need a healthcare provider, but she should know how to insert them properly so that she uses them appropriately. So it is also inexpensive. They can reuse it by properly cleaning, and they don't need a medical consult. But the disadvantage is that it needs to be a proper demonstration first by a trained personnel how to properly use this device. And the failure can occur because of improper placement, and there could be cervicitis because of the allergy to the material with which it is made, like due to local irritation. If we talk about chemical methods, these are either locally applied chemicals, which are which are anti-spermicidal creams, foams, jellies just before the intercourse. The woman inserts that jelly or that foam inside the vagina, and it kills the sperms because it makes them incapable of movement by acting on their tails. The drugs or the medications which are included in the chemical methods are either oral contraceptives and depot preparations and non-steroidal methods. The oral contraceptive methods are special chemicals or hormones which are just like the natural bodily hormones of a female. They are usually recommended in younger women because in higher age women, especially after 40 years, and in Caucasians, there are risk of deep vein thrombosis because of atherosclerosis due to age-related changes. They are synthetic preparations of estrogen and progesterone. When taken orally, the hormone level rises and it has a negative feedback on anterior pituitary, and there is no FSH-LH secretion by the anterior pituitary, and thus ovulation is inhibited. So OCP inhibits ovulation. It could be a combined pill where estrogen and progesterone are combined in the same pill. It could be a sequential pill where estrogen is taken first and then comes the progesterone. It could be mini pill, which is the progesterone only pill, or it could be a post-coital or morning after pill, which is also called emergency contraceptive pill. The combined pill has both estrogen and progesterone. The doses can be from 20 to 50 milligrams, and the progesterone is from 0.5 to 2 milligrams. Now the trend is for lower doses, and now ultra low dose pills are also available. They are taken daily with a break or a placebo in between. Like the white pills here in this pack show that this is a placebo. It could be just iron or folic acid. These are the active pills, the brownish ones. So it could be either the brown pill can be the placebo and the three lines or 3 rows of active pills followed by one placebo, so that the woman does not breaks the habit of taking one pill every day. Every day orally at night for 21 days from day 5 to day 25, or if there is a placebo, she can continue it taking for 28 days. And during that 7-day break when she is taking a placebo, there is a withdrawal bleed. It is not menstrual bleed, we call it a withdrawal bleed. So these pills prevent ovulation. They also prevent implantation because they bring in changes into uterine endometrium. They make the cervical mucus thicker and viscid so that the entry of the sperms are prevented. So combined pill acts in these 3 ways. Sequential pill is high dose estrogen followed by moderate dose of progesterone. It is estrogen from day 5 to day 15, and then from day 16 till the end of the cycle, we ask them to take progesterone for another 5 days. But because of the higher doses of hormones, the incidence of endometrial hyperplasia and carcinoma are there, so usually they are not recommended. Mini pill is also called micro pill or progesterone only pill. There is no break during mini pill or progesterone only pill. The woman takes it once every day, and there could be a withdrawal bleed or there could be total amenorrhea. The progesterone only pill prevents fertility by acting on the cervical mucus preferably. The ovulation can still occur with progesterone only pill, but the more effect on cervical mucus as well as on the motility of fallopian tube, and the ovum does not reach the area where it can be fertilized, and the sperms can't ascend because of the thick cervical mucus. If we talk about emergency contraceptive pill, usually 2 oral methods of emergency contraceptive pill are there. The EC pill, which is usually available in Pakistan, has levonorgestrel 1.5 milligram, and it is effective within 72 hours of unprotected intercourse. Sometimes it is said that LNG, the levonorgestrel, appears to be effective up to 96 hours after unprotected intercourse. And there is one more ulipristal acetate. It is a progesterone receptor modulator. This is also used as single dose pill, and this can be effective till 120 hours of unprotected intercourse. So if a woman comes on the next day and she is worried, you can tell her that within 72 hours she can take an LNG IUS, and within 120 hours she can take a ulipristal. But the usual available in Pakistan is the levonorgestrel containing pill, which is effective till 72 to 96 hours of unprotected intercourse. Emergency contraceptive pill work by delaying the ovulation so that the sperm which are present in the reproductive tract will lose the ability to fertilize the oocyte despite that it has been released. If we talk about the oral contraceptive advantages, they are highly effective, but they can cause hypertension, thromboembolism, certain metabolic effects of diabetes and obesity, and some carcinogenic effect on breast and endometrial hyperplasia. So we should be cautious in advising to these women. But nowadays, the ultra low dose pills are they have less side effects as compared to their metabolic and obesity related side effects. And if we advise the women for healthy lifestyle, exercise, hydration, taking care of their weight, then all these side effects can be avoided or they can be minimized. The hormonal preparations are also available as injectables. They are depot injections which are available in Pakistan in the form of 4 weekly, 8 weekly and 12 weekly injections. They are also called mahine wala, 2 mahine wala or 3 mahine wala tika. But they need to be given 4 weekly, 8 weekly and 12 weekly. These are oily solutions which are given intramuscularly. They have progestogens mainly, and medroxyprogesterone acetate is the usual drug in these injections. They are given 150 to 400 milligram. The 150 is for 3 months and 400 is for 6 months. It has both estrogen and progesterone. There are certain combined injections as well, which is used monthly. It has both estrogen and progesterone. They also prevent ovulation and they alter the cervical mucus secretions. So the depot injections are only progesterones which are for 3 to 6 months and combined injections which are for 4 weekly. That is monthly injection. Subdermal implants are also hormonal methods. They are long-acting reversible contraceptives. We also call them LARCs. Long-acting reversible contraceptives include the hormonal implants, the hormonal injections, and the IUCDs, both hormonal and non-hormonal. These methods are called long-acting because they can act for long periods like months and years, and they are reversible. So they are called LARCs, long-acting reversible contraceptives. If we talk about implants, there are various types of implants. It could be a single rod Nexplanon, which has etonorgestrel. It is available in UK. The ones available in Pakistan is ketodesogestrel, which provides contraception for 3 years. It has 68 milligrams of ketodesogestrel. An initial release rate of 60 to 70 micrograms per day. It gradually falls to 25 to 30 micrograms per day at the end of the 3 years. So these rods are put under the skin and they gradually release the active component per day. So in Pakistan we have Implanon and Jadal. Implanon is a single rod and it lasts for 3 years. Jadal has 2 rods of levonorgestrel and it lasts for 3 to 5 years. By aseptic inflammation and causing endometrium not suitable for implantation. It also causes sperm phagocytization by neutrophils and macrophages which are attracted by the copper content. It also affects the motility of the sperms and it makes the cervical mucus thick. So the entry of the sperms are prevented. The sperms get phagocytized if they enter, and also they affect the implantation. So these 3-4 mechanisms are under the IUCD mechanism of action. These are various IUCDs which are available. One in this picture is the copper T. The other one is multi-load. This is the active copper containing rim here. The copper is also here. And there is a thread tied which helps to remove this. The bleeding which is occurring because of carcinoma of cervix, we might mistake it to be occurring because of IUCD. So we have to first see the cervix properly and then put an IUCD to these women. There is a hormone releasing IUCD as well, which is Pakistan mein jo available hai, it is Mirena, but there are others like Jadis and Skyla. Mirena contains 52 milligram levonorgestrel, and this is licensed for 5 years contraception. Jadis contains 13.5 LNG, and it is licensed for 3 years. But the one available in Pakistan is Mirena coil, which has 52 milligrams levonorgestrel, and this is licensed for 5 years contraception. This is also long-acting and reversible contraceptive. And it has many other advantages of reducing the blood flow, reducing menorrhagia pain, effect on fibroids and endometriosis. The symptoms related to fibroid and endometriosis are far lesser when a woman uses Mirena. This is other advantages in addition to the contraceptive advantage. So the LNG-IUS, which is Mirena coil, works by exerting a potent hormonal effect on the endometrium, which prevents endometrial proliferation and implantation. Its progestogenic effect on thickening the cervical mucus also impedes the entry of sperm. The terminal or permanent methods in females are tubal ligation, which can be done by laparoscopic or open method. We can just tie them with a suture, or we can put a clip, and the fertilization is thus prevented. The ovum is released, but it can't reach the ampullary region where the sperm is coming for fertilization. The fertilization is hampered, the tube is ligated, the ovum can't travel. And one can use this method either through laparoscopic or open approach. If we talk about contraceptive methods in males, these again could be divided into spacing methods and terminal methods, also miscellaneous methods. The spacing methods or the natural method is called coitus interruptus. This is oldest method of voluntary withdrawal of their penile organ before they ejaculate into the vagina. The failure rate is high, very high, because the precoital secretions might be having sperms, and there could be delay in the timing of withdrawal, and there can be an unplanned pregnancy. So one has to be really motivated, and this can result in psychological discomfort in the couple. So we usually don't advise these methods. If we talk about the barrier method, condom is the most widely used method. It is made of a fine latex sheath, and it has to be worn by the male partner on an erect penis before the intercourse is started. Air should be expelled. It should be held carefully while withdrawing from vagina, and a new condom should be used for each sexual act. It prevents deposition of semen into the vagina by a mechanical barrier. It is easy, available, safe, inexpensive, does not require medical supervision for its use, and it can protect against sexually transmitted diseases. But it can slip off or tear off, and it can interfere with sexual pleasure and sensation according to people. The permanent method in males is vasectomy, where the vas deferens is removed after clamping. Both ends are ligated and sutured. The mechanism of action is that entry of sperms into semen is prevented because the vas deferens is ligated, and the sperm production and hormones are not effective. Neither is the sexual desire, or the potence is also not effective. So now let's talk about and see various images which you can get in your exams, because these are the preparations which are available in Pakistan. So you can have a pack like this or this. These are oral contraceptive, combined oral contraceptive pills. This is also a combined oral contraceptive pill, ultra low dose, Yaz. These are injectable hormonal methods, which are depot injections, 150 milligram Depo-Provera for every 12 weekly use या 3 महीने वाला टीका. This is also available in Pakistan. This is an IUCD, copper T, and this is a multi-load. These are usually put in the packs. You can't just have them open like this. They would be in sterile packs. They can be put in the exams, but you can identify by looking at the shape. This is Jadal, a subdermal implant with an inserter and 2 rods. This is Implanon with an inserter and a single rod. This is Mirena coil. It is a hormonal releasing neonorgestrel intrauterine system. This is also available in Pakistan. So these were various contraceptives, methods, how do they act, what are their mechanism of action, what are their advantages, what are few side effects for which we need to counsel the women properly whenever we are prescribing them. We have to be very open, and we have to be really, we should explain the methods well to the couple so that they choose among all these methods without any misconception in their mind. We should counsel them well about the side effects or few untoward side effects which can happen, so that they are well prepared. But tell them these all side effects will resolve with some counseling or some medications. Like for pain, she can have a Ponstan. For heavy flow of the period, she can have Ponstan. For breast pain, she can be reassured that it will settle with time, etc. For acne, they can use anti-acne soaps. For weight consciousness, they can use regular exercise and proper diet advice. So you have to be really clear in your messages while prescribing any contraceptive method. Now coming to the population development messages, you know that Pakistan is the 6th most populous country in the world. So we need to tell our women the contraception message should be given really clearly. Otherwise, we can't cope up with our resources. The resources, the natural as well as man-made resources, are all limited. We can't just go on feeding a nation where there is no family planning. Its population growth rate of 2.4% is the highest in Southeast Asia. And if the population is increasing on this rate, we can't cope up with the socio-economic challenges already coming up. So the messages for contraception should be included in all consultations in young couples. So if we talk about various factors which are resulting in high population growth, it is the lowest contraceptive prevalence rate in Southeast Asia. Our country is not, the people are not using contraceptives. They just rely on natural methods, or they just rely on nature. CPR is the contraceptive prevalence rate, CPR, and it is stagnant on 35 for last many years. And 1 in 5 married women in Pakistan are unable to access effective methods. They are either not available in their vicinities where they want to use, or they are very scared of using it. So the healthcare providers should be very proactive. They should offer them. There has to be a standee in the clinic saying that the contraceptive advice can be taken from this doctor, so that the patients and the clients feel open to consult you for having any contraceptive advice and method. So there is another term, HTSP. You should be well versed in that. This is healthy timing and spacing of pregnancy. This is an advice or an intervention which helps women and families delay or space their pregnancies in order to achieve the healthiest outcomes for themselves, their newborns, infants, children, and for the communities. The messages should be: one should not conceive before the age of 18 years. They should practice a contraceptive method. If the couple gets married before 18 years, they should practice a method so that they don't conceive till the lady is 18 years. For the couples who desire an next pregnancy after live birth, the message is they should delay 24 months, that is 2 years, of their previous child. Then they should opt for the next baby, but not more than 5 years. So 2 years to 5 years, in these 3 years, they can have another baby if they want. After a miscarriage, they should delay a pregnancy for at least 6 months before trying to become pregnant again. During that, they can have folic acid and they can practice a contraceptive method. Total dependency ratio is the number of people or persons under 20 or over 65 which are dependent on the persons from 20 to 64 years, which is the productive age, people who are earning in families in these years. And these are the dependent population. So if we don't practice contraception, the total dependency rate will rise, and the system, the society cannot cope up with so much dependent people on someone who's earning. So this is the message to you all, that we should know what are various contraceptive methods. You should be able to counsel the couples about their uses. You should be knowing about their advantages and what are the few side effects related to them. You should be able to identify these contraceptive methods, and they are usually put in your OSCE stations. You also get certain MCQs related to their mechanisms of action and how to cope up, and about various side effects or contraindications or indications of various methods. So that is all from my side. Thank you very much.